Uh, it's,
Okay.
okay.
So getting that done in AutoSys, that's the easy part. Honest to goodness, that's the easy part. Um, Getting the core SQL that you're going to be working on to
Mm-hmm.
record the history, that's where the I'll call it, it's where the sausage is made. And then the rest of it is the identifying when we need to lock everything and when we need to unlock everything, which it's a certain meeting type, so we'll know what we're looking for. So it's going to be, we're going to look into the meetings and go, hey, or I need something greater than the sys date, and I'm looking for when it matches or when it doesn't match or what have you. That it's we're plus or minus 1 day or in that kind of stuff. So, and then we trigger a store procedure. So one is to lock everything. The other one is knowing what to unlock and make them all unlock and set them all to end for the finalize. It's not that bad. I just haven't had the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're here.
Yes.
So by giving you enough to work on,
Yes. Yes.
okay. What time do you normally log in the morning?
7.
7 my time or 7 your time?
Your time, Central.
Okay, so 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to make sure I'm on early enough for us to talk early on
Mm-hmm.
in case you have any questions.
Okay,
Will
sure.
that work to help keep you productive?
Yeah.
So if nothing else, flush out the rest of the SQL,
Mm-hmm.
get that together, and we'll walk through it just to make sure that we didn't miss anything.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm not saying that Mr. Reddy was perfect, nor we had changes after that. So I know we're missing columns, flat out. I know that we're missing columns. But when I come in here to the project history, I know that probably the last thing that got added, he might have gotten the finalized project, but I know he didn't get the rest of these.
Oh. That's bad.
Okay. Well, no, it's not that it's bad. It's we hadn't touched the SQL again.
Yeah.
So if I come over here to activity hist, if it ends in update date and update by, that's the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
We know that hasn't been modified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got added.
They added one
I'm
reference.
just telling you, only because there was data in there. I did not feel like emptying out, putting it back in to put it above the update date and update by. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Now, when we go to production, yes, I will have update by and update date, create by, and all that down at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my last 4 columns. So, yes, all that is going to be will need to be verified. Yes.
Okay. So so for in analytics, the A1 is 12 A1 for this one, right?
So, work on developing your SQL in XP, whatever this connection string is. The XPMGA.
Uh-huh.
It's where you want to do your development work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get the SQL to select from and pick a project that you're going to go with, because all these have a PJ key. The activity hist has a PJ key. Get one working.
Okay, so PJ key is the joints, right?
No,
No,
there's no joins.
no joins. Okay.
So it's really a activity select star, except don't use star, please. Where PJ key equals, let's say, 95. And then what are the activities?
Okay.
So, and we need to make sure we only, we don't want to copy all the activities that have already been captured. So we're going to have to look at what's already out there and what's not. So you've got a key here, and the rest are dates. So we come into activity history. So we're bringing in the key, but you notice the, oops, hold on a second. So the AC key milestone. Why is that 4,000? I thought that was a. Oh, I know why. Okay. So yeah, that's straight in from and to, going from and to. Let me go to gate. So gate has this Turk GT hist track and a meeting key. Okay. So we come over here to gate hist. You'll notice that we have GT hist track val and meeting type val. Note that they're Varchar 4000s. Not that I'm expecting 4,000. Prepare for the worst, and you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, so these two are dereferenced, if you will, from the LOV table. So the project has, when you look at all the numbers here that are, all of those are LOV lookup tables, except for the key. Okay, so when you come into the project hist, I'll give you two guesses as to where these come from. That lookup table to find the value. So we're capturing the value from the lookup table when they froze it. So if they choose to change that value monthly, we will track all those changes, whether if it changes names or anything like that. We're capturing those by strings.
Okay. So it should be in the monthly basis.
So if you look at the SQL, you'll see that there is a lot of dereferencing that we pull in the value from the LOV lookup, from this lookup table. So that we're getting the, I think the value, val name, or is it val name or name? Can't remember which one we're bringing in. I think it may be the Varchar. So the table has the key, and this is what we're grabbing to put into the history table based on the key that's on the other side. That's all. It's not elegant. It's just some brute force. That's all.
Yes.
And there's really no other. It is what it is. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So yeah, I can take a look on the SQL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work on that until you get to the end of the day, and I'll make sure I'm on by about 7-ish, and I'll meet you back on here tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay.
So few questions about the assignment, like, so we don't need to care about the filters thing, right? At this time, or
I'm sorry, what?
So you have listed on the project, like the filters are not working properly, like not all the Harvey bubbles are on the report.
The filters are not
Ye-
working properly?
Yeah, I can share you my screen first.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me unshare.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
yeah, the CPOC portal. So I think we discussed the data feeding on the report. Since the query there, since there is a mistake, something wrong on the query, so we are able to get the wrong data anyhow, right?
So here's the deal.
Okay.
For us to mesh up on the same database, we need this stored procedure working. Record history. Okay.
Okay.
Now you know why this became your number one priority.
Yeah.
So we can get that. On top of that, the other problem that we have is the data going from Primavera, also known as P6, being fed into P6A, which is Primavera Analytics, does it on demand.
Mhm.
So Brad's trying to test and validate with a bit of a handicap, and that's okay. We'll work that out. So,
Okay.
but so that wherever you see things about incorrect and not being, we're pulling from different databases.
So-
That's the whole crux of the issue.
Okay. So I can figure out.
So
Yeah.
until we get everything onto the same, I'll say, database system
Mhm.
or systems, I would not pay attention to that. All you'll do is chase your tail.
Yeah.
Now, once we know that we've got an apple, we're working with only apples,
Mhm.
then we can start looking to see how we screwed up the pie. But until we can confirm that everything's an apple,
Yeah.
it's just not worth chasing after. Okay.
Yeah, but we actually know where the data is coming from the report. So this one is this the one not
Nope.
which one is
Project Digital hold on a second.
Okay.
Close up your digital PMO. Close it up. Nope. Okay, the Ameren Project Management Analytics. Open that up, and then go to Project Manager Home. And I haven't put you into Teradata yet. So anything that you touch that has Teradata, you're going to come back with no data.
Okay.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I have not done that for you yet.
We can set up tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I don't like you.
No, no, no. Actually, I was. It's okay because I was quite busy this week, like setting up, installing softwares, everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So for this we need to I need to connect to Teradata, right? For this dashboard.
It's inside the RPD.
Okay.
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 So and don't do it. But if you click on CPOC program and say select value, again, don't do that. It's going to the inside of PMG1B, CPOC own, and goes to no, I take that back. It's using star user, and it is then going to the project table to pull back what CPOCs are out there. Okay.
Okay.
Now, that is a partial list. So let's say it has CA, which is Callaway 001 through 2028. Well, then it goes over to Teradata and says, go give me a distinct list of all the CPOC values and merge these, do a union. So then it'll pull in, hey, I've got CA 029, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So it'll add that to the list of available CPOCs, because some of the data comes from the CPOC portal, some of the data comes from P6A. Okay?
Okay.
So, yeah, we're in a very hybrid system here. Just kind of accept that, and we'll take it from there. I mean that in a good way, not a bad way.
Okay.
So that's what you're in. I can show you the RPD, and it has 6 connections into P6A and the CPOC portal tables.
I think I have saved the RPD for this one. I think this is the one, right?
Yeah. So the
Okay.
CPOC own. Does that table list look familiar?
Yes. Oh no. Once I haven't seen on the SQL developer yet.
What's that?
I haven't look at the SQL developer. But yeah,
Go
it's
into
yeah.
Yeah. So those names correspond to the tables that are inside of the inside a SQL developer.
Okay.
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 So that P6 report user,
Mm-hmm.
that is all that's P6A.
P6A. Okay.
Yeah. So we use that every now and then in some of these reports,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just modifying what needs to be modified. So Samir is finishing that up, so there shouldn't be a whole lot left. And there's one that's just, the term fugly comes to mind, because it truly is butt ugly.
Yeah.
And a very much, he has spent multiple hours, because it's an executive report, and Brad wants it to look exactly like what they're expecting. It was in I think a Word or Excel document, and he wants it to look exactly the same, so nothing changes for them.
Okay. So they also provide you the documents, like Excel sheet, anything. Can you say?
Yes.
Can you share me those? It helped me
Yes.
a lot to understand
Yes.
what's going on.
Yes. I'll get those. Let me send that email now.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Like.
Like I said, I'm not holding out on you. It's been in the middle of this long enough that. Let's see here. Did I send the SQL to you?
Yes, you send me. This one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. New email.
So our priority is the project manager home dashboard.
Hold on one second. Let me.
Okay.
I can only do so much at one time. There we go. There may be a little bit. If that's worth looking at. I don't know if that'll help or not. Yeah, I'll send that to you also. I'll get you started. The last one I just sent was how the flow goes between the different applications.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
Okay. I'll
you open
take.
that-
Yeah.
if you open that one up, it's probably more than probably what you're looking for, and that's okay. But when we talk about the difference between the CPOC portal
Mm-hmm.
and then the reporting and where the database is, this may help explain a little bit of that.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a slice of Oracle database, and different ones interface with it differently.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like the application or the portal, as they'll call it, the portal or the application, uses CPOC web.
Mm-hmm.
So the web is given permission to CRUD the data, create, read, update, delete.
Yeah.
But they have no privilege to. They're not DBAs. So the CPOC own is the owner of all those tables. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the two. That's why they had to keep coming back to me for, hey, we need this field. Hey, we need this field. So, and that's why I don't think you're on the meeting, but it was whenever one was changed, well, I would do it to dev, then I would do it to QC/test, and then I would put it into my script that is hopefully to be run for production. So, in the order in which they need to be created. Because if you have referential integrity, which I do between the project and the activity and the gate and the history, then they have to be created in a certain order. So you got to create the LOV table first, because there's referential integrity between it and the gate and the project. So then you need to create the project, because the gate uses project and the LOV to, and yes, I enforce referential integrity on purpose.
Okay. So
that's why I've got all that documented as to how to do that. Once upon a time, I was a database administrator and a data modeler, both. So
both. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel in this analytics side?
What's that?
How do you feel now for the analytics side?
I do anywhere from the manipulating the back end to doing some front end. There are some people that are better at the front end than I am, and that's okay. But when it comes to when they start hitting walls and go, I'm not sure how to do this. They come and say, hey, do you have any ideas? And that's where it's okay. Well, do we need to go into SQL? Do we need to do a union? Do we need, you get into the, I'll say there's the CJane run, CDick run reporting. And then there's the fancy shit. And then there's the stuff that you're going, why the hell would a user ask this? But they did anyway. And that's a lot of times when I'll get asked some of those interesting questions. Only because I kind of look at the world a little bit different than some people. And that's okay. But there's multiple ways in which to achieve things. And that's all that matters. And as long as we achieve it, we're good.
Yeah. Okay, then I get what I need. Yeah.
I was going to say, do you have enough to keep you busy till we meet again tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
So one quick question. So these are the priority, right? Emerald project management. Okay.
That's the topic
Mm-hmm.
that you're under,
Yeah. On.
so, which is essentially the file folder. But I mean, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like PCM has its own file folder.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the catalog, so it's just broken out that way.
Okay. Okay then.
Yeah, because in production we've got too many Christmas. I think about 20 plus dashboards,
Mm-hmm.
as in starting points for the different
Oh.
topics.
Okay.
So when Harpreet says merge the RPDs, she's merging like 20 RPDs.
Or 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
into one.
Yeah. I talked to the Harpreet this afternoon. She
So
said, yeah, because.
we don't just have you go into your little RPD
Mm-hmm.
and everyone you got to remember which one you need to go into. We put it into, you got one-stop shopping. It's called AmarinBI.com,
Mm-hmm.
and you go for it. That's you put it together that way.
Yeah.
And some of that was decided before I joined the group, so we just keep doing it. That's all.
Yeah. Actually, it's a pretty good idea too, because instead of instead of doing modification like at the same time, then like each person has done their part, and merging at once is a good idea, I think. Like.
It allows us
Yeah.
to do work on the RPD simultaneously.
Yeah.
Is really what it allows us to do. And once that piece is ready and production ready, then it gets put into production. So like these modifications that I've been making to the RPD will not go in into production until about November, December.
Oh, okay.
But Brad needs to get this in front of the users
Mm-hmm.
and get them trained on the new ways to do things on the application and the reporting side. Oh,
Yeah. Mine.
okay.
Yeah. My last project was pretty like, they don't have testing like QA, so I have to do everything in dev, and once they're okay on the dev, then they're directly migrated to the prod.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and the main reason why we have some tests is that we've got to go because of the merge.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it goes perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes sideways. Well, you just can't, you've got to prove it somewhere. And our test actually points to production databases. So we know that certain things will break because you're looking for new columns. Certain things will work just fine because you're just doing things different.
Yes.
So exactly. And sometimes we have to follow Sarbanes-Oxley, and then it does need to go from one of our development systems. They make the change there, they verify it, and then they request that be moved into production. And then we move it into production for them. So they can't just change a Sarbanes-Oxley report on a whim. It has to be documented. Period.
Okay. Okay, then I think I have enough materials to keep busy for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll like I said, I'll be on earlier than what I normally am on. and answer any of your questions. Plus, I
Okay.
don't have any meetings that early, so people
Okay.
won't expect me to be on.
Yeah. So we can do first Teradata connection tomorrow. Yeah. I'm also facing some issue with the tokens. Like, okay, then see you then tomorrow morning.
Okay, see you
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, son.
Bye.
Bye.